feel like that was longer than intended.
Yeah, it was. Welcome everybody to Make Ben Laugh. We got 10 comics doing about 2 minutes of new jokes each. And why can't I make the Zoom go where I want it to? What is happening here? There we go. And after that brief technical difficulty, we'd like to welcome Adam Mueller.
Hey, hello everybody. I'm quarantined with my girlfriend. We've been together for a while, and I found like in a relationship, it can be hard to come up with things to talk about. Like when I don't reply to her texts during the day, I'm not ignoring her. I'm saving material. Like if we have dinner together and I already know how her day went, it's going to be a long night. She moved in a few years ago, and the first thing she did was she threw out all my towels because they weren't a set. And I said, if we just use them long enough, they'll match.
Yeah.
She's like, they're all different shades of gray. I was like, yeah, some of them used to be blue. I bought her an Alexa, but she won't use it. She prefers her old method. Adam, what time is it? Adam, what's it like outside? Adam, how many milliliters in a gallon? Use your Alexa. Words are so close. The other day she came in from outside and she said, I think I just got hit on. Either that or he was just lonely. That's not mutually exclusive. It's like if I said I'm going to eat ice cream or watch porn. Like we both know I mean and. This is the second time I've lived with someone. The first time was in my 20s, and 3 months into it, I came home from work early, and I found that all her stuff was gone. And I called her at work in a panic, and I was like, "You've been robbed." Oh boy. I was never very good at dating. Like once on a date, a woman asked me my favorite position and I said, free trade. She's like, no, seriously. I'm like, well, what's yours? And she goes, from behind. I was like, are you a Republican? All right. That's all I got. I'm going to turn it over now to Steven Rogers.
Oh shit. I gotta find her.
Hey everybody. Thanks, Adam. I go to therapy, and because of all this, I've been going to therapy online. And recently, my therapist's video froze at the same time she was rolling her eyes. That's really going to make you second guess a breakthrough. I go to a female therapist because telling men how I feel is why I go to therapy in the first place. Damn it. I feel like my therapist gives me assignments, and my mom was like, you never liked homework to begin with. I was like, well, that homework was never supposed to fix me. Like in algebra, I would be way more interested in finding X if it equaled stability. Thank you. One at a time, everybody. I also meditate. I can't type the mantra because it's my social security number. Is someone rubbing their microphone against their ass? What's going on?
Who that was?
I think I figured it out. They're muted. We'll see if it works.
I was like, that was the best one I had, and no one heard it. Damn it.
It was good. I heard it a little bit.
Oh, thank God. All right. I have social anxiety if you haven't been watching the past minute and a half. And I've had social anxiety since high school. In fact, in my yearbook, I was voted most likely to think about this forever. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to bring up your next comic. Please welcome Ryo Hayashi, everybody.
Great. Hello, everyone. So it's been 3 months quarantine. It's been tough because me and my ex-wife got into a custody battle for 2 young children. And have you ever fought so hard for something? Once you get it, you regret it? The Statue of Liberty, you look from afar, it's so beautiful, but if you go there, it's nothing. Okay, so my ex, we've been divorced for 2 years, and then my ex just started dating. She has a new girlfriend, and that's no surprise because I knew that she's been bisexual. But what bothers me is that her new girlfriend is Asian. Right. So I was like, what does she have and what I don't have? You know, I do the cleaning. I'm a good cook. I do a massage. I do everything. And I just found out that this new girlfriend of my ex is actually by a white woman, and she's dating an Asian girl. And this Asian woman has a Subaru Outback Orange, which is not a surprise, but with the handicapped driver's license. Yeah, and they just came back. And they just came back from hiking. I want that kind of girlfriend too. My daughter, 14 years old, she kept telling me, "Papa, you cannot have a girlfriend," which is weird because her mom has a girlfriend. Why I can't have a girlfriend? So while my ex has a new partner, I am still on a dating app. And did you know that on a dating app, politically moderate means you would vote for Biden 2020, but you actually voted for Trump in 2016? That's what they call moderate. Okay. It's no, you're not. But that's what I found. All right, so let's get serious. My last one. So I met this woman. She's a redhead. We video chat a lot, and then we finally decided to meet in the Central Park. Anything can happen in Central Park with a white woman, right? And I was going to bring a sandwich, and she said she's going to bring a vodka with cranberry juice. So I was really excited. But the night before, it was last Sunday, the night before Saturday, she just called me. She said, "Rio, I don't think we should do this because I think there's something more important. Do you mind going with me to the Black Lives Matter protest?" And I have never been, so I felt like, oh my God, that's 180 change. But I decided, yes, let's go. And she told me, okay, Rio, please pick the best protest in Manhattan. I'm suddenly like, okay, well, this is not a restaurant, you know. Like first date. All right, that's all I have. Thank you very much. And I don't know why I always bring in amazing Lindsay Tyson, everyone.
No, it's Tommy Cassidy.
Tom's next.
Oh, Tommy Cassidy.
I heard Lindsay was getting a face job, but this is ridiculous. You go for everybody, very funny, good stuff. Oh man, let's talk about Black Lives Matter. Many people are saying there shouldn't be any racist cops, and I don't agree. No, I'm kidding. I agree. But like, I don't think there should be any racist cops, and I think that there's a lot of jobs that racists shouldn't have. But I also think that like once we fire these people, we have to find something for them to do, because if we just fire them and shun them from society, they're just going to become more racist, and then racism never dies. So I think like we need to find jobs specifically for racists, and I think like it would be a good job for racists because you could be like, those are garbage men, and like also they're like, I just feel like picking up trash and like murmuring racist things would probably be like a fun activity for them. Like, hand in hand. They gotta wear the bright green too, so you can avoid them. And like trash trucks are loud. It would suck to get behind one. I think maybe like for women, like librarian, just because like people don't go to libraries anyway. And like if they're racist, you could like shush them. Like I just like the idea of shushing a racist white woman in a library, like shh. I think maybe we need like good jobs for them too. Like if you're like a lawyer, maybe like all of the prosecutors are racist and all like the defense attorneys are non-racists. or maybe like flip it to confuse everybody and like make them work harder. Like, Your Honor, my client is innocent, but I don't want him to date my daughter. Or like maybe like a specific branch of the military instead of like sprinkled throughout like they are now. Like maybe like all of the Navy is racist. It's like if the racists, we could just like push them out to sea when we don't. So that's good enough for me. Your next racist comedian coming to this. One of my favorites. Give it up for Lindsay Tyson.
It's not a good time to look like a Fox News lady. I'll say that. Not season for this aesthetic, but what can you do? What else? I didn't really prepare anything. Let me think. These are some tweets from earlier. So, these are old tweets. They're not recent. This is what I was going to say. So I learned a lot about myself, I feel like, during the quarantine, and like probably, I don't know, I've been drinking way too much. I learned the first month we were quarantined that you don't have to leave your apartment to black out and lose your debit card. That was fun. Some of my friends, this is like the one friend says this, whatever. She's always like, I really like dating during the quarantine because like men like really have to get to know you. And I was like, yeah, but then you have to get to know men. You know? If I wanted to buy myself alcohol and then talk to some guy on a phone for an hour that I'm not gonna fuck, I would call my dad. You know, my dad asked, he's like, do you write any Snapchats about me? That's what my dad calls tweets. So that's that. Other thing, Rio was talking about going to, all these men want to go on a walk in a park. And I'm like, I'm not dumb enough to fall for that for the fourth time. You know? Every time I've gone to a park with a man, I've left with a UTI. Happens, you know? What else about my dad? Oh, this is the other thing I'll say. So I don't know, I'm single. All the single people, like everyone's so horny and everyone looks so bad. It's like middle school all over again. It's like, oh, I get my brace. You know, I'm just kidding. My teeth are fine. Okay. This is okay. These were some things I posted. Oh, this is what I'll say. I've noticed this. America's become the world's Florida. You know, I mean, we always were, but now it's just more apparent. It's just so sad. It's like, oh. You got to be doing pretty bad for Italy to think they're better than you. All I'm saying, it's just, all right. I'll say two things about my dad and then I'll get out of here. Don't tell him I did these. Ooh. So my dad visited right before we got quarantined, and I had on, like, my dad's weird about what I wear. I'm his only daughter, and I had on this like V-neck shirt, and he told me to go change. He was like, Lindsay, no one wants to look at your boobs. And I was just like, Dad, that has not been my experience at all. Opposite, and this is the other thing I'll say about my dad. So this really happened. I mean, they're all jokes, but I was home last time and he was like, Lindsay, can you explain white privilege to me? He's like, what is white privilege? And I explained it to him the best that I could. And then he looks at me completely serious and he goes, so it's like how life is harder for me because I'm left-handed. And I was like, sure, Dad, like that's close enough, you know? Anyway, keep it going for your next comic. Daniel Laitman.
Hey.
Hey. Sorry about that. I was the one wiping my own asshole with my phone, Steven. So I've been talking with my family a lot more, and like I've been talking with my grandma, who's heavily demented, and I really love it because whenever I talk to her, I have like 17 times to get it right. I have OCD, but not like the cool OCD. Like my friends ask me, like, are you super clean or organized? No, I just get anxious when people show up at a time that's not a multiple of 5. Do the whole Zoom thing. I think I figured out what I look like. I look like an Easter Island head that still lives with his mom. So I'm super glad I've been putting out all these good vibes into the universe. I really think it's working. That was all right.
It happened again. The ass wipe thing happened again.
Oh, okay.
Right at the
Perfect.
punchline.
All right, so it's not the joke. All right, good. I think the great thing about performing on Zoom is I used to pretend the people in the audience were in their underwear, and now I don't have to imagine that. My dad, I think the reason I don't have much confidence is because of my dad. Like my sex talk, he just sat me down and told me, never gonna happen. I have a really not great relationship with my dad. Before I became a comedian, I thought a dad joke was just a joke that worked too much and was emotionally distant. Somebody recently told me the world is my oyster. I'm like, yeah, the world is gross. I spend a lot of time in bed looking at my past mistakes. Like yesterday, I said later skater to a guy in a wheelchair. I don't think my career has gone anywhere. Like the only late show I'll ever be a part of is a show that died a while ago. I'm a frequent flyer, but a lame frequent flyer. Not airlines, pamphlets. All right, this is the last silly one I'll do. My friend recently fulfilled his dream of having kids. We're still trying to figure out whose. All right, give it up for Alicia Hush, guys.
Hush.
Thank you. Amy, it's funny to watch you listen to the jokes because you look like you're sampling wines. You look so thoughtful every time somebody starts their joke. You don't even look at the screen. You're like, great. I just have one that I want to run. I've been thinking a lot about my first kiss. And it's unfortunate because the guy actually he had a heart attack recently. And it's really scary because it turns out heart disease runs in our family. It was an incest joke. Second one of the week. Okay. You guys give it up for Samantha Bednars.
Hello. So yeah, happy quarantine and all this other kind of shit. So I don't know. Some people know this. I take care of my mom. I don't recommend it because quarantining with your 76-year-old mother is not a great time. I have found that whenever she does shopping, whenever she does grocery shopping online, I have to basically, she's as your parents get older, some of you will start to notice this, you start to have to treat them like they are children. For instance, whenever she puts a shopping list together, I then have to go in and I have to take all of the shit out because my mother has been hoarding food. I don't know if anybody else has been dealing with anyone they're living with like this, but I went in and I saw that there were boxes of angel hair pasta. And I said, well, we have some. And she goes, no, we don't. And I want it. And I had to literally bring out 3 boxes of angel hair pasta to show her, like, this is what we have. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, for instance, she ordered hot dogs and no buns. I was just like, did I miss something? Are we going to be homeless soon? Like, do I have to put a hot dog on a stick and put it over a garbage can fire? Is this how I'll be feeding myself for the foreseeable future? I don't know what the fuck's going on in life. I'm working from home. And it's an interesting time. You get to see how people handle themselves with working from home. For instance, I have a coworker who recently emailed me and another coworker, and he opened up with, "Happy 3rd month working from home. Fuck you, Will. What the fuck is wrong with you?" He's enjoying. Nobody's going, "Yes, this is exactly what I need in life. This is such a great fucking time." It really isn't. I don't know. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, it's a great time. Like, anybody who's working right now who's sending anything with exclamation points should go die in a fucking fire. Have a good weekend? Oh, yeah, it was fucking wonderful. I walked around my block 6 fucking times, and I'm terrified to leave my neighborhood. Fuck you. How about that? So, also, I have been in a weird depression where I can't bring myself to read any new books, to binge movies, binge any TV. The closest I've gotten to binging anything, even remotely close, has been I've joined TikTok, and I'm far too old for that shit, but I am now just following people and their stories of rescuing animals. But I always pick the wrong stories because the animals always fucking die. So this is where I'm at in life right now. Literally just watching baby squirrels die on TikTok. So everyone else is having a better fucking time. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the next comic. And guys, please give it up for Pranav Hari.
Hey guys. So one thing about me is I really love K-pop music, Korean pop music. Are you guys familiar with K-pop at all? Like, is that genre?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love K-pop music. One thing that I love about K-pop is that in every K-pop song, there's always one English word. Okay, I love this about K-pop music, right? Always one English word, and I kind of get why they do this, right? It opens them up to a much bigger, wider Western audience, right? It internationalizes their music. I love that. I just wish that we in the West could start doing that with our music a little bit. You know what I mean? Just like maybe throwing a bone here or there to other countries, other cultures. You know, like Adele. We all love Adele. You know, I love Adele. Why can't Adele throw in like a little bit of Mandarin now and again? You know what I'm saying? To some of her songs, right? Ni hao from the other side. Ni hao. I do. I love that about K-pop music. It's one English word. It's not always very helpful though. Like I was before COVID, I was eating at a Korean restaurant, having some barbecue, and there was this K-pop song going. It was like really bumping hard, and I was listening to the lyrics. And of course, I don't speak Korean, but the lyrics went something like "Korea mehongo wanga dinosaur." I was like, did he just say dinosaur? Did he just say dinosaur? And I waited a little bit into the song, right? And I'm waiting, and then the chorus comes along, and a woman starts singing, very exuberant. She's a dinosaur, and I was like, "Holy shit! They're singing about dinosaurs! Like, what can this song be about?" So I and I asked the waiter, I'm like, "Did he say dinosaur?" And the waiter's like, "Oh yeah, he said dinosaur." I was like, "Oh okay." I was like, "Well, what is he saying about dinosaurs? Like, what is the song about?" He goes, "Oh, like." Dinosaur, like a brontosaurus, tyrannosaurus, dinosaurs. I was like, no, I understand dinosaurs, like. I was like, but what is he singing about the dinosaurs? And he goes, oh, and he listens a little. He goes, okay, yeah. He says, well, he's saying that last week he had a dream, and in the dream there was a dinosaur. I was like, okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? And he goes, well, it means this. He says, sometimes when you go to sleep, and in his dream, there was a dinosaur. And that was all I ever learned about this song. Dinosaur. It was my fault for asking him, right? To be fair, it was totally my fault. Like, why should I expect him to know what this random pop song means, right? If you asked me to, unpack like a Lady Gaga song or something, I couldn't do that. They might as well also be in Korean, right? But I went home, looked up this song Dinosaur. It's by this pop duo called Akmu. And Akmu, they grew up very poor in Korea. And so the song was about them having these dreams about dinosaurs. And they were very scared of the dinosaurs because the dinosaurs represented debt collectors. And I was like, wow, that's so moving. That's a really compelling song, actually. I got emotional watching the music video when I learned what the song meant. And I was like, this is so deep behind it. It's so compelling. And American pop music, I realized, is nowhere near that compelling or interesting. You know what I mean? And it got me thinking, if there was an American song called Dinosaur, it would literally be about a guy bragging that he fucks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex and that he makes pussies dinosaur. You know. Okay, guys, up bringing up your last comic. Let's give it up for Freddie G. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Okay, let me start recording. Oh, damn. Okay. Sorry, I screwed up my phone. Yeah, that Face ID. It's good. The problem with the Face ID is they give you two faces. Okay. So I got glasses on, glasses off. Mask completely screws it up. Yeah, that is. Yeah, we need. And then you got to delete. Oh, God. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. Oh, all right. Now let me switch my camera. Oh, I'm a mess today. Crazy.
Tired?
Yeah, I'm married. I quit drinking. You shouldn't be allowed to get married younger than you're allowed to drink. Okay, the drinking's the worst problem. I mean, the marriage is the worst problem. Yeah, like drinking will cause you a headache for a couple of days. Marriage is a constant headache. They got a lot in common, marriage and drinking. They both cause weight gain, loss of friends, and a lifetime of regret. Yeah, I was I'm married. I like Shakespeare. I was thinking about Romeo and Juliet. Juliet is the first woman to ever be ghosted. Yes, Romeo ghosted her by becoming a ghost. And then she said, "Okay, I'm coming after you." She kills herself. Yeah, that's where someone write that sequel. Going to be awkward. Oh man, yeah, it is. That whole play is weird that they're so young. That's the thing of that play, Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, I'm supposed to look at the timing too. Yeah, I might already be over, but yeah, Romeo and Juliet. They it's just two teens having their first crush. Okay, it's not that amazing. They spend like a weekend together. Okay, you know what I mean? Like it's just they don't know each other's middle names. Okay, they didn't know it all. Yeah, that is it's overrated. Okay, good. Thanks a lot. I'm the last comment. So yeah, thanks guys. Have a good night. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Freddie. Woo. Ben, you got any thoughts you want to close out on?
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts.
I'll tell
I
you.
tried to make it as concise as possible, I think. So I want to just go down the list. Adam, my favorite joke was the "you got robbed" joke about your girlfriend. Steve, the therapy thing, good. The social anxiety bit, I also like it. So keep doing that shit. Ryu, custody thing was funny, and so was the handicap and the Central Park lead-in, but make everything more concise, I would say. I've used that word twice now, and I'm aware of that.
It's an important word.
Lindsay, the dad bits are funny. I got a lot of shit. The World's Florida was funny. The thing about calling your dad drunk, funny. The walk in the park thing is funny. Just, do that shit. Keep doing that. Lateman, dementia joke is hilarious. Easter Island is funny. The underwear thing is relatable because I've been in that position too where I'm literally just in my underwear on these Zoom things. And the oyster joke was your best joke by far. Alicia, your Amy wine comment was really funny, and the incest joke. The incest joke. No, sorry, I didn't interpret my own notes here. This joke was funny, but I'm glad that your set was concise because how I had everyone's names written out, like I started running out of room, so you kind of saved me some room.
Yeah,
that was funny.
That's great. That's really great.
Yeah. Man, the hoarding food thing, I kind of get it because my grandma's sort of old now and getting into that age where people have to take care of her. So that's one of those sort of things where you just got to be like, all right, come on. You can't go down those stairs and know you can't have your fourth box of angel hair pasta. Like, so that was cool. Pranav, the Adele K-pop bit was pretty funny. I could tell it was like a more developed thing that you've been working on, and so it's not just like joke, like a developed thing. But yeah, it was cool, man, and just keep working on that. It was awesome. Cassidy, the racist jobs thing is an awesome bit. I think it's gonna be great once you fully nail it down. Like, that's a really cool concept. And Freddie, where's Freddie? Is he still here? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Freddie, if linger on your punchlines more. I know you came in, you felt kind of like some anxiety or whatever because you're like, oh, I'm late, and you just want to get through your thing, but don't be afraid to linger on your shit a little bit more.
So that's been a problem for me in the remote stand.
So yeah, I think that covers everybody. That's what I gotta say. I'm not gonna pick who made me laugh the most because I don't fucking keep track of that. Nobody does. What I gotta say.
By the way, Alicia, too, I just realized it's a trick it's like an optical illusion. I am actually looking at the screen, but because of the way I have to set it up to show the logo at the top, it's like mirroring it weirdly. So it looks like I'm looking off into the distance, like
You just look
thinking
so
about your jokes,
thoughtful.
but I'm just looking. I'm just looking at the computer.
So it's so focused.
I missed all of those because I had my thing set up not in like the gallery view, but just in like whatever was put in front of me.
Yeah.
Why
So I
is
got to miss.
Speaking of which,
Lateman? Why is yours looking up at us like you're like oh, we're your
This-
victim?
That's what he's
This-
doing.
Yeah, this is my phone. I have no upper body strength, so I have to set it.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to end the public portion of our show. Thank you, everybody who's watching.
Oh,
on YouTube.
wait,
Oh, you got some more?
Oh, we're
No,
on.
I just made like I just realized the Ty Rivera thing is.
We'll do that in a minute.
I was
I'm
like,
gonna